Karnak's abilities give him increased physical resistance and block proficiency against basic attacks. All incoming non-damaging debuffs suffer negative 60% duration, and incoming poison effects deal negative 65% damage. Every 12 seconds, Karnak gains a focus charge to a max of 3 charges. Karnak's focus timer is paused for 10 seconds each time he is struck, and he loses a charge of focus if struck by a special attack. At 1 or more charges, Karnak's critical rating increases greatly. At 2 or more charges, his basic attacks can land critical hits into the opponent's block. Critical hit-based abilities will not trigger through a block. And at 3+ charges, basic attacks have a 50% chance to inflict a burst of bleed damage, equal to 35% of the damage dealt by the attack. Striking with a heavy attack will consume 1 focus charge to inflict a stacking 20-second fragility debuff. Attacking a fragile opponent grants increased critical damage rating and reduces block proficiency by 50%. This attack will not consume a focus charge if the opponent is intercepted, recovering from the use of a special attack, or charging or executing a heavy attack. Using the Special 1 attack, there is a 100% chance to gain a True Strike passive, lasting for 15 seconds. The True Strike passive allows attacks to ignore armor, energy and physical resistance, auto block, and evade effects. Knocking down the opponent will pause the True Strike passive for 3 seconds. While this True Strike is active, Karnak will not stop gaining focus if he's struck. Using the Special 2 attack, there is a 100% chance to gain a passive Fury effect, increasing attack rating for 30 seconds. This Fury is paused for 5 seconds each time the opponent is knocked down. Using the Special 3 attack, there is a 100% chance to inflict a Disorient debuff, reducing block proficiency by 50% and defensive ability accuracy by 80% for 30 seconds. If Karnak is awakened, he will begin every fight with 1 focus charge already active. Additionally, his basic attacks are enhanced to ignore a certain percentage of the opponent's physical resistance. This is based on signature level. As well, striking the opponent's block will grant Karnak a certain percentage of power an unblocked attack would normally generate. Again, this is based on signature level and can go up to 100%. His gameplay style really hinges on his Special 2. His Special 2, whenever it is used, you will gain a Fury passive for 30 seconds. This Fury passive is paused when you throw your heavy attacks. That's why it's so important to continuously throw heavy attacks, because it will pause those Fury passives, allowing you to build back up to another Special 2 and gain another Fury passive. You can stack these Fury passives up to around 5 Furies overall. When you get about 3 or above, you will start to see massive amounts of damage. At this point, his Special Attack 2, when you have 3 or more buffs, or Fury buffs I should say, will crit for about 60 to 70k, and his basic attacks can crit for between 8 to 10k. So gaining those Fury buffs and maintaining those Fury buffs is very important. You can still maintain the damage from those Fury buffs without having any focus charges. You can just continuously use your heavy attack and burn a Fury or Focus Charge to maintain your Fury buffs. But again, you want to make sure you are keeping at least one Focus Charge active to maintain your critical rating. Obviously, if the fight allows you and you can maintain all 3 Focus Charges, that is going to do even more damage against the opponent. So once again, optimum play style is to build up your Focus Charges as high as you can to 3, build all the way up to your special 2, fire off your special 2, and then use your heavy attack to maintain the Fury buffs that you gain from the special 2, build back up to another special 2, and just rinse and repeat special 2s, building up as many Fury passives as you possibly can. And again, if you can use the heavy attack to punish either a heavy attack or a special attack, you can maintain your Focus Charges while pausing those Fury buffs. The last thing I will say about the new Karnak buff is that he does not have to be awakened in order to gain all of this damage. However, when he is awakened, he will start the fight with 1 Focus Charge, so that is a good starting point for Karnak in a fight. As well, at a high signature level, he can gain pretty much all the power he would as striking an unblocking opponent by striking into the opponent's block. This can help you to gain all the way up to that special 2 a little bit faster. So he does not have to be awakened, but he is better if he is.